Our prayer template. Yesterday we started looking at what forgiveness looks like. That before we can extend any form of forgiveness to those around us, we need to understand how much we've been forgiven. And we're going to continue that thought today as we look at forgive us our debt as you forgive or we forgive our debtors. You know, in Matthew 18, Jesus was talking about the lost sheep going after the one, leaving the 99 behind. Then he talks about all these broken relationships that he wants to restore. And then we hear Peter coming to ask Jesus a question. And we see Peter's character throughout the New Testament of wanting to be the best, always wanting Jesus' recognition. And you can just see his brain thinking, well, I'm going to show off now. I'm going to ask Jesus a question because I'm not just going to forgive once a day. Look what he says. In verse 21, he says to Jesus, how many times do I have to forgive my fellow believer who keeps offending me? 7 times? Jesus answered, not 7 times, Peter, but 70 times 7 times. The lessons of forgiveness in heaven's kingdom realm can be illustrated like this. And before we continue with that parable, 70 times 7. Here Peter was thinking he's boasting, I'm going to do it 7 times. And we know that 7 represents the number of completion and perfection. He's like, I'm going to go out, not just once, 7 times with this person that keeps offending me. And Jesus takes it to another level, 70 times 7. That means for infinity, you are going to have to keep forgiving the person a day. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of forgiveness. Sometimes we have to work up enough forgiveness for a person once a week. Can you imagine 70 times 7? That's a lot of forgiveness. But that's what Jesus was saying. I'm going to bring perfection and forgiveness for eternity if you can follow my example. And then the parable he gives is so powerful, and you can go and read it for yourself in Matthew chapter 18. But I'm just going to read verse 24. And he begins to tell of a man, of a king who has money owed to him by his servants. And it says it came to attention that one of his servants owed him $1 billion, and how he chooses to write off that debt. All I could hear in this translation were those movies where it's like $1 billion. Jesus has forgiven us of so much. And when we choose to hold on to that bitterness and unforgiveness, when we don't choose to forgive 70 times 7, we know the story of we are drinking poison, expecting someone else to die. And so my challenge is today, as Jesus didn't hold on to his unforgiveness towards us, he chose to freely forgive us of $1 billion. How much more do we get to let go of those people that have hurt us? Let go of your poison. Don't hold on to it. Knowing you've been forgiven of so much, you can extend that grace and forgive with perfection for infinity. I know it's hard, but let his prayer template help you today as you meditate and let go of this unforgiveness. Forgive those around you. Forgive those who have offended you many times. Forgive those family members. Forgive those closest to you. Don't hold on to unforgiveness today. Make that choice to let it go. Always remember, you are highly favored and